We must hold back our anger, whether the one who needs to be taken on is our equal, our better, or our inferior. To fight with an equal is a chancy affair. With a better insane with an inferiority, it is the act of a cowardly and base person to seek redress from one who bites him. Mice and ants turn to your face if you raise your hand at them. Only weak things think they are being wounded if they are touched. It will make us gentler if we considered how that person, that one we're angry at, has helped us in the past. His offense will win pardon from his merits. Keep this too in mind. How much praise a reputation for mercy will bring us. How many people our kindness will turn into valuable friends. And let's not be angry at the children of our enemies and foes. It is the ones of example of Sulla's cruelty that he removed from the citizens' rolls, the children of those who he prescribed. There is nothing more unjust than for someone to become the heir of hatred incurred by his father. Let's consider it every time we find it hard to forgive, whether it is our benefit that everyone be impeccable, implacable. How often has the one who's refused mercy later sought it? How often has someone thrown himself at the feet of the man he early spurned from his own? What is more glorious than to change one's wrath into friendship? Whom do the Roman people consider most trustworthy allies than those they once considered the most obstinate foes? What would our empire be today if a wholesome foresight had not been intermingled, the conquered with the conquerors? Someone gets angry, have at him with your good deeds. The quarrel immediately drops away if abandoned by either side. There is no fight unless on equal terms. Anger flares up on both sides, and there's a clash. The better party is the one that steps back first. It's the winner who defeated. Someone hits you, retreat. By getting violent in return, you only give an opening and a pretext for more frequent violence, and you won't be able to get free of it later when you want to. You see, I just want to add on to this. I 150% agree with this, because you got to understand, people's nature is selfish. So if somebody is attacking you, right, mentally, verbally, right, they want to get a reaction out of you, because negative and toxic people feeds off of energy. They feed off of reaction, right? So they just want to kind of sway you off, try to make you feel bad, try to just get a reaction so they can smile. There's really people like that in this world, where all they do is just look at you and just want to get a reaction out of you, right? So if you retaliate and get angry and try to crash out, right, at the end of the day, you lost, because you gave them what they wanted. But you know what happens when you don't, and you just don't respond, or you make them kind of look stupid for just behaving that way? They get humbled, you know? But let's continue on. Surely no one would choose to hit a foe so hard to have his hand stuck in the wound and be unable to withdraw from it. The blow, but the anger is a weapon of just this type. It's hard to draw it back. We look for weapons that serve us well, a sword that is well fitted and easy to hold. Won't we then steer clear of the mental impulses that we are weighty, burdensome, and unable to pull back? Momentum is pleasing if it stops in its track, when it's ordered, doesn't run past the boundaries we have set, and can steer and be brought back on track as it goes. We recognize that our muscles are diseased when they move without our wishing. An old man is weak in the body if he runs when he wants to walk. Let, let, let's likewise consider our own movements of the mind to be at the healthiest and strongest if they proceed according to our will rather than being borne along by their own. But nothing will be beneficial to looking first at the ugliness of the thing than at its dangerousness. No face produced by any emotion is more disturbed than that of anger. It mars the loveliness visage, contorts the most serene expressions. All prosperity abandons the wrathful. If their togas are well and properly arranged, they rip off their clothes and destroy all care of the persons if they have charming contour. Arranged either by nature's art, their hair bristles along with their minds, their veins bulge, their chest quakes with rapid breathing, their necks are stretched out by violent outbursts of shouting, their limbs tremble, their hands flit about, their whole body is in fluid motion. What sort of mind lies within? Do you think if the outer appearance is so gratuitous, just like the looks of those dripping from the slaughter of the wild beasts or enemies, or of those going forth to slaughter them, or just like the monsters of the underworld, imagined by the poets, the girt, the serpents, and the fiery exhalations, just like those phallus of goddesses, when they leave the world below to stir up the wars, to stir up conflict among the people, to destroy peace. Let's depict anger, just so its eyes burning with fire, canopy of hissing, groaning, wailing, shrieking, and any other sound more than hateful than these, shaking spears with those both hand, no concerned about covering itself with shields, twisted, bloody, filled with scars and bruises from raining blows on itself, straddling crazily around, surrounded by dense dust clouds, attacking, laying waste, harrying, oppressed by the hatred of all of its most of all, wanting destructions of lands, seas, and skies, if it cannot cause harm any other way, as obnoxious as it has been despised. Or, if you will permit me, let's have anger be like what our poets describe. Bellona brandishing a bloodline whipped with her right hand, or discord goes rejoicing, her cloak torn to shreds, or any more dread image, this dread emotion that can be conjured up. As Sexius say, it has often been useful to angry people to look in the mirror. The great transformation in themselves has disturbed them. They have no longer recognized themselves. Yet how little of their true deformity was displayed in the image reflected by the mirror. If the mind could be revealed and could shine out of some concrete form, it would astonish those who saw it black, spotted, rotting, twisted, and swollen. As things are, the ugliness is so extreme as it seeps through the bones and flesh and so many things in its path. What would it look like if laid bare? So just to add on my 2 cents onto this, right? The level of self-control you have to have in the world has to be completely impeccable. And you have to be prepared at all times. Some of you may be going through a lot. Some of you are constantly in a position where you're just dealing with people all day, right? And it gets overwhelming. But you have to have it in your mind that I'm not saying you should be completely alert all the time of like expecting somebody to just say something to you or try to just make you angry. but you should always expect the unexpected. Be prepared for situations. Like if the situation occurs, right? I'm not saying you should just expect it, but you should have it in the back of your mind that there could be something going on today, and you have to be mentally prepared for that. That's the only way it doesn't affect your energy mentally and drain you. I remember when I was doing deliveries, I'm just going to add on personally. I remember I was doing deliveries and stuff like that because I used to be a full-time Uber Eats driver. And, with those type of jobs, you have to constantly work with people. And there will be some people that will try to mess with your money. Let's say if you have 2 orders to pick up and like you go there, you tell them, hey, you got an order for both of these. Some of them will lie and be like, oh, I only have this one. And some of them will lie and say, oh, you have to wait 15 minutes, even though you already waited like 5-10 minutes in the car for it, but they just want to waste your time. Yeah, like the thing about that is, what I learned from that is human beings is human beings, selfishness. There's some people that could just look at you and just go out of their way and just try to start a problem. And you have to be prepared of that all times. That's why, like, if I was to go back, which I'm not going to go back, but if I was to go back, I would have it in the back of my mind, like, okay, so these situations could happen. So you basically want to learn from their mistakes and also study people. That's the best way to keep yourself having a sane mind. Thanks for watching, guys.